I know a lot of people haven't learned a new map since launch, but hey, I think Himmelmatt Expo's got a good shot at being a fan favorite map if people just give it the chance it deserves. Too many people these days seem to write off anything that is too hard to get into or takes too much effort to learn, to adjust to, before putting in any amount of quantifiable time and effort. Preconceptions can destroy the potential fun you literally could be having if they didn't get in the way so often. So just don't write things off so fast. Try it out in a new light, a fresh headspace. Just do it. Just do it. Whatever it may be for you, I hope you enjoy this Himmelmatt Expo review. Bon appetit. Over the past week, I, Mattsuki, have seen a lot of people making these preconceptions around the A and B flag placements. People have been annoyed about the amount of doorways. Not just doors, I'm talking about actual doorways. And of course you got the shipment stands mad about the medium to large size map being too big. Sorry fam, this map is a pretty average size. It's probably in line with Greenberg Hotel and the OG terminal. I think Museum is also quite a bit larger than Expo, but hey, this is a hot take video, and today's hot take is that Himmelmatt Expo is a map on par with the classic fan favorite map, Terminal. I hope y'all enjoy. Smash a like if you're a fan of Himmelmatt Expo too. And so, let's jump right in. To start off, I love this map. It's not a basic bitch 3-lane map. It's got a clever design to it, much like a lot of MW2's launch maps, if I'm not gonna lie. But what I think really makes this map so much fun is how much it reminds me of old maps, including Terminal from MW3. We all know Terminal is the fan favorite map from the original MW series, but I don't think COD has quite had something on par with it until now. There's been great maps like Raid, Miami Strike, Farm 18, and Hackney Yard, but do any of those really capture the same vibe and flow as Terminal? I don't think so. Unlike those maps, Terminal is on the larger side, but it's no Grozna Raid or Pine Mall. So what makes Himmelmatt so similar to Terminal while also maintaining a completely different design? Why did we gravitate to Terminal in the first place? Given the modern COD community's obsession with shipment to the point maps like Farm 18 no longer satisfy the needs of some players, the answer to that question may be lost forever. I'm just kidding. This map's an absolute banger. It's almost nostalgic. From the design itself to the visuals, you have a huge skylight on the main building. The design is clear, and even the large open windows resemble old maps of COD's past. And don't you think I forgot about the countertops all around the map. There's about 4 in total, which might sound like a bit much, but their locations are pretty good for what they're meant to do. I don't know about you guys, but that just screams MW3 maps, and I'm sure you guys remember all the countertops around Terminal as well. There's one in the bookstore, I believe the jewelry shop had one. Obviously you got the one near the luggage conveyor belts, and then there's the classic at the one and only Burger Town. For video's sake, I'm only gonna be showing off the Al Mazrah Terminal and the Infinite Warfare Terminal remakes, just because their graphics are a little bit better than newer CODs. Oh, okay, they're a lot better. And if you guys didn't know, there's some odd looking documents on the floor in the lobby with an interesting logo stamped on them. I wonder what that could mean. But you guys get my point. There's still large open windows, there's huge skylights around the main building, and something else I wanted to mention was the healthy amount of cover from streaks to the open skies ratio. I think Himmelmatt Expo really nails enough cover from aerial streaks to the point your team can always play the map without being stomped on, even on the losing end. I've thought about this for a while now, but I think there are too many modern maps that either don't have enough cover from aerial streaks, or else the map just has too much cover. Looking at you, Ezra Cave. I mean, come on, the whole cave lane was a safe place. But yeah, even if you look at the overhead view of Himmelmatt Expo and then compare that to Terminal's overhead view, you can see a clear similarity when it comes to the outdoor versus indoor space. Obviously, they aren't the same map, but I really like the ratio they got going on. That's not all the similarities, but I'll get into some more similar spots very soon, but Himmelmatt seriously has a good chance of becoming this game's brand new original Terminal style map. That said, there's also some features that make this map a successor to Terminal in my opinion, where Terminal fails to be that fun. Himmelmatt may have countertops, but it doesn't have countertops that overlook a long range lane. I'll tell you now, so many people raged on Infinite Warfare's Terminal if you just camp in this little back luggage room with a countertop entrance. It's just really hard to counter a long range head glitch when you yourself have barely any cover to work with. Meanwhile on Himmelmatt, the reception desk is often used in hardpoint, but it's exposed from 3 directions while it doesn't overlook the large staircase behind it. I mean, it's still easy to flank up to while still being somewhat hard to defend. Then there's the lounge countertop. It's good, but it doesn't work as well due to Peeker's advantage, plus the inability to strafe side to side while looking at the closest entrance. The outdoor counter at the terrace works as a good piece of cover for flanking, and it doesn't overlook the pool either. And finally, there's the restaurant with its own desk where you pay the bills. I will admit, this desk and The entire restaurant building is meant to be locked down. It serves its own playstyle as well, which I'll give it credit for, and I'll dive more into that shortly. But something else I really like about Himmelmatt's restaurant is the balcony that overlooks the outdoor pool and faces head on with the lobby lounge. This kind of gives me those Nuketown standoff vibes between the players battling it out from each room. These two aren't identical windows, but one side seems to have more cover than the other, the side that has less room to work with, which makes sense. And I'm not saying Terminal is bad for including one-sided desks and counters. In fact, it can actually help the flow and regain map control on Terminal, but I do quite enjoy Himmelmatt's take on this too. They don't overstay their welcome as much as Terminal's. And also, kind of like the campy restaurant building, Terminal has one of those too. However, it looks over a huge portion of the map on Terminal. It is also generally located around the center of the terminal, so it has traffic all the time. Lots of players filtering in and out. Not to mention the one-way cockpit that also attracts the scummiest of campers. Man, I gotta give Infinite Warfare props for its terminal, because at least you could use your jetpack to easily clear out those rat pens. Now, to be fair, I think one of the main aspects of Terminal that isn't reflected here on Himmelmatt is the large open runway. It's hard to miss, and it's got a 3-story power position that makes Terminal very unique. It's super sniper friendly while also being super exposed and vulnerable to SMG and AR users. This dynamic just is not located on Himmelmatt Expo. However, Himmelmatt has a lot of fun, unique lines of sight too that I have not seen many players utilize yet. I almost happily discovered one on the rooftop of the bus in the back of the spawn near C's Flag. I thought that this elevated part was gonna overlook the lounge from a sneaky sniper position, but sadly it can barely peek into that window. I tried placing deployable cover up there, but the developers apparently don't want this spot to be that good. But you can use a loadout drop. It takes a little extra skill and patience to master, but I got it to work, and if you get it to work, it's actually a really good spot. Luckily, I did find an easier spot to use that's also good at countering the lounge. No one's gonna expect you here. That place is on top of the blue truck near the same bus. Have you ever tried sniping down center lane with no cover and die instantly? Say no more. This blue truck offers the perfect head glitch, and I still have never seen a soul use it. Try it out and tell me what you guys think in the comments. The opposite side of this map also has some interesting spots, to say the least. I've actually seen a surprising amount of people lying prone on top of the saunas near the pool. I guess these players are usually going for long shots on anyone trying to cross through the terrace or the sidewalk below the terrace. I don't really think they're the most effective spots, but you can get creative with deployable cover and other sort of elevated positions. This one here I'd reckon was pretty effective, but there is one more I got killed by recently, and I think this one is actually god tier. Right beside the lounge you can find a huge chunk of geometry that supposedly acts as a wall. You'll often see sniper battles with people placing deployable cover around this wall. But did you know you can actually get on top of this bad boy? You can't just hop up, no. Honestly, that's probably the main reason many people haven't found this spot quite yet. To get up, there are 2 ways. One's easier, and the other provides a good counter sniping position too. If you want to just get up, I recommend using the out of bounds van and other obstacles to then use as a stepping ladder. It's quite simple and easy. The next way is using the yellow truck. It's a little tougher and may take a bit longer to get up, but you actually get this nasty head glitch on people in this area beside the restaurant. I usually find this area a bit difficult when inside the lounge, so if you see some sniper glint from that area, head on around back and take them out with ease using this spot on top of the yellow bus. If you're looking to snipe down this lane, I recommend either spot, but the truck is probably better since the wall only uses a tree as visual cover. And not too far from that is another truck. This spot's probably the hardest to pull off. I've been able to parkour up using a strafe run, which might be pretty hard on standard controllers, but it is doable. Thing is, originally I placed a deployable cover here thinking it was the best way to get angles overlooking the lobby, but no, this truck spot sees so much more. If you're in Search and Destroy, try this shiz out, please. And speaking of sneaky lines of sight, let's take a look at some of my favorite hiding spots. One's actually located just inside the lobby. There's this balcony of foliage that I adore. You can obviously use it to be scummy, but you cannot look at the staircase below it while prone. You'll just fall off, which makes it the perfect place to call in manually controlled streaks, or just allows you a good place to use if you're getting your knife challenges done and want to camouflage like a ninja, listening for footsteps below. There's also various shrubs around the map, and even the countertops can provide decent hiding spots to call in your streaks. This map's got a lot of playstyle variety. I've gone over some good spots already for going knife only, like the foliage and the countertops, but there's also interesting crevices you can utilize too. Wanna target someone entering the restaurant? Hide behind the desk, or you can hide on top of the seats at the booths. This spot in particular gives you visual cover while also allowing you to clearly see your victim walk in thinking the coast is clear. Just activate dead silence and you're all set. Hide behind the doors or even on the downstairs table for an elevated hiding spot. Want something a bit more risky? Hide here on the lamp just on the balcony. It's not too bad of a spot. You can also hide between the doors and the walls at the reception desk. And you can hop on top of the vending machine downstairs near the lobby. This is honestly another good spot that reminds me of Terminal. Very cool. And if you're using a shotgun, pretty much the same close quarters spots. But with both of these classes, maybe use Overkill so you can be a bit more versatile. Sniper's got it pretty easy on this map too. I also recommend using Overkill with a sniper for more versatility. I've shown you guys a good deal of sniper spots on this lane already and on the opposite side too, so let's move on to the reg guns. You guys using full auto SMGs and ARs will be very effective pretty much all around Himmelmatt Expo. The only tip I'll give you guys is just be smart about your positioning. Don't rush up center, it's a death trap. People are sniping there and will pick you off. On the sauna sniper lane, use the saunas for cover. Near the reception room staircase, never take the stairs. Either drop down from above if you're headed towards the conference room, or take the statue garden flank route to get up to the reception desk. It provides the least exposure while also allowing you to get a fair fight. Near the elevator and staircase leading from the backstage to the lobby, be smart about your move. If you're going into the lobby, look at your teammates on the minimap. If they got the ground covered ahead, take the fast elevator route. If enemies could be occupying the area, sometimes the staircase is the safer route to go up, as you do have a head glitch advantage there. If you take the elevator shaft, you have a high chance of dying because you're going to be mantling, and mantling leaves you vulnerable. It takes time and you pretty much have no defense. I mean, unless you got a pistol, but that's your decision. There's workarounds, there's exceptions. And I'd say the same about the other staircase with the foliage above it. Sometimes it's not worth taking because enemies could be waiting on the balcony above. Now here's a situational move. You could just run past the staircase and mantle your way up either through the lounge or the terrace. Obviously they're both exposed to the pool area, so it's a little risky, just saying. As for LMGs, there's a lot of sniper lanes here pretty good to go mantle up in, but also there's a not so bad spot on the terrace overlooking the pool, and there's the second floor hallway overlooking the conference room. However, the walls here you can mantle on can be shot through pretty easily, so you could just use the deployable cover for extra armor. Lastly, I wanted to cover the flow. I did it in my last video reviewing Season 2's Reloaded update, so here's the gist of it. In Domination, apparently the A and B flags are too close together on the overhead map view, while C's flag is too far away. This apparently means that it's easy to capture A and B and then defend them since they're so close in proximity, but I think that's rather far from the truth. This map's designed so well that most of the time, people with the C flag will also capture B soon after. Simply put, this map is built in a way that allows people from C's flag side to push B with better high ground power positions and cover. This whole second floor hallway overlooks the B flag and all the opposite side's entrances leading into the conference room. People from the other side do not have much cover other than the elevated head glitch in the center of the room, plus the little flimsy plywood walls around the B flag. Now that that's out of the way, I just want to say that recently I attended Exclusive Ace's live stream on Twitch just to see what he thought of this map. He told me that it kind of flows a little weird in Domination due to the B flag placement, and that there's an outdoor spawn that allows multiple paths, but it feels like you can only take one for success. I think he was referring to the sculpture garden here, but regardless, I don't know if allowing every path to be the right path makes a map, well, good. In my previous video, I explained how spawning here will give you a good advantage to capture the B flag. Here's that clip. So many things, including the spawns in the sculpture garden, allow the C flag players to get the upper hand on B's flag. The whole map in Dom almost feels like a constant cycling wheel. We're always on our way to capture C, then B, then A, then C, then B, then A, and so on. Ace also said that he understands B is kind of in its own area, and apparently to his knowledge, it does take roughly the same amount of time to traverse your way to B from both the A flag and the C flag spawns. I don't know if it's just the bias the COD players are spreading when they saw the overhead map of Domination.
Look at this. The A flag is literally right next to the B flag. Across the map in the enemy spawn, there's the C flag. Guys, even the most idiotic gooch licker can answer this question easily. Which side has the advantage here? The fucking C flag at the top, or the bottom side with two flags right next to each other?
I also saw that the Domination flags seem to be placed almost randomly. They don't seem to be placed by human beings. They're not balanced. The B flag is not typically where a B flag should be. Even the opening spawn flags, it looks like it was designed by AI. And maybe today's design decision is a human being error. And if that's the case, then God help these devs because they are dumb as fuck.
I guess some players just feel like they know what will play well from a quick glance at the overhead map view, but on a personal level, I feel like I've grown to really understand this map's flow very well because I put the time and effort into learning it. The pacing feels pretty fast due to the spawns on this map as well. I've only witnessed one area where the spawn traps were prevalent, and that was this little conference room, but that's about it. And it's pretty rare, and it probably depends on the game mode I'm in. I think Hardpoint has played the absolute best, but hey, that's my opinion. I'd love to hear your own reviews in the comments below. I love to read your comments, and I try to respond to every single one of them, so thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Likes are appreciated, and peace out, homies.
Get in, dumbass. Who the fuck was that?
Solid work.
GG.
Yo! Fuck. Right side, right. No, dude, dude. Why? Dude. Oh my god. Nice. Why? Oh my god. Come on. That's so quick. Dude. Fucking, he's a hard. My god. Dude, no fucking. Yeah, your controller just straight up stopped.
GG.
Shut up.
No.